Good afternoon. My name is Shasta Quinn. I'm with the Orange County Library System, and we're here at the Hiawassee branch in Orlando, Florida. It is January 7th, 2013, and we're capturing memories from our community. Can you please tell us your name and where you are from?
Emilio Gonzalez. I am from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
And can you tell us a little bit about coming to Florida, when that happened and why you came and settled here?
My wife and I, with two kids under 10 years of age, came here on vacation, and we really liked this city and decided to move to stay here.
And how long ago was that?
That was close to 30 years ago.
Okay.
And we also wanted to raise the two boys in a good environment. This area was also easy to find a job, and that was a couple of reasons why we decided to move to this area.
So you settled in the Pine Hills area?
Yes,
30 years
we
ago?
came to Pine Hills. Uh-huh.
And what can you tell us about the way that this area has changed?
Okay, when we came here, Pine Hills was a great place to live. We had some friends already living there, and really was a great place. But about a few years later, things started to change, and I am going to read you a small portion of a report that appeared in the newspaper Orlando Sentinel that was 11 years ago. Here's the date. That's opinion, celebrate people who make the difference. And as growth floods Central Florida, life becomes more hectic. Who has spare moment to volunteer to make the community a better place to live, or to bring together people of different generations, cultures, and socioeconomic backgrounds? Many people, it turns out, throughout Central Florida, and especially here in Pine Hills. How many people living and working in Pine Hills in Orange County wonder why few young teens seems to be hanging out on local street corners, or why the crime rate there is decreasing? No government agency initiated that transformation. It started with members of San Andrew Catholic Church who were worried about the community's children. The children was the priority at that time, of course. Among them was myself, Emilio Gonzalez, a 60 years old native of Puerto Rico. I am 72 and a half now, so that was 12 and a half years ago. Who rallied his Hispanic neighbors to join with Federation of Congregations United to serve, to find solutions for the problems that were growing in Pine Hills. How many people in other places, but this is the main part regarding Pine Hills. Like I said, at this time in history, then the young people did not have much to do, so they were hanging out in every street corner. And then the crime, drugs, and juvenile delinquency started to grow. So the Pine Hills acquired a name that was by the press the press said Crime Hills. So that was terrible, isn't it? So we joined an organization that is nationwide. It's called PICO, National Network, and invited them to, because they have done a great work in other cities in the nation that had the same problems. So they came and joined us and advised us what was necessary to do to improve the image of the community. So we, at that time, we had a meeting with Mr. Kevin Berry, who was the chief of police, and there were 300 members or 300 families at that night. And we asked the police chief what was happening, why they were not able to control, the drugs, crime, and juvenile delinquency. And they said, okay, explain why. And he told us, okay, if the entire community is involved, then we may be able to do more. So that's why the focus came to life in Florida. Federation of Congregations United to Serve, there were about 14 to 18 churches that were involved, Catholic and Protestants, working together. So we had several meetings with Mr. Kevin Berry in different areas of the city, but especially in Pine Hills. And about 2 years later, then the reports came in the newspaper, Pine Hills, Pine Hills. The crime, drugs, and juvenile delinquency came down 70%.
Wow.
Working, the entire community working together. So that was really accomplished with the help of everybody. After that, then we went to the government agencies, to the mayor and all the agencies, and they told us that they were willing to help us to accomplish that. So the mayor and all the agencies worked with us, and we accomplished to clean the name of Crime Hills back to Pine Hills. So everybody was liked what happened in the area.
Can you tell me some details about how that crime drop happened? What sorts of programs were implemented? What helped?
This was confidential, but Mr. Kevin Berry said to all the 300 families, you are the ears and the eyes of the authorities. So whenever you see something happening, you call us, let us know, and we will take care of it. So that happened. The community started to check, that everything was going, improving, and if they saw anything wrong, drug activity, gang activity, we told the authorities, and they did the job that they were supposed to do.
So it definitely was a grassroots effort.
That's
it
correct.
was the people working together.
That's working together. Government agencies, the authorities, the police, and the community, of course. Without the community, all the members of the community, it is very difficult to do the job.
So have you seen a big improvement in the area
Yes.
since this time?
Yes, because if you go to any area in the Pine Hills community now, you don't see what you saw before. The gangs, the drug activity, like it was 15 years ago. It is now sporadic like everywhere else because, the economic situation, but it's normal. I would say normal now. There was a great improvement in Pine Hills.
That's wonderful.